When you build this triangle and T, the hypotenuse of the triangle is a threaded rod, which allows you to micro adjust this angle to be a right angle. So to make these mortises, all you need is to make a triangle and a T out of 2 miter bars. This does not have to be a blue bar, it can be just a steel bar, 3/8 by 3/4. This one too, 3/8 by 3/4. On either end of your long bar, your T bar, you need to affix adjustable stops. One adjustable stop on either end. Micro adjustable. These are made with 1/4 bolts. So your long bar, your T bar, fits into this miter slot and moves back and forth as much as these stops will allow. And you adjust these stops for the length of your mortise and the position of your material. Now, I've already adjusted this one so that the mortise is centered laterally in the end of the material. And this mortise is 1 3/8 long in that direction. My router bit is set at about 1 inch deep. Of course, you need to mount your router horizontally on the edge of the table and adjustably so that you can move it, micro adjust it, that is, up and down. So you micro adjust your router so that the mortise is about in the center. It doesn't have to be exactly in the center, this direction. And you adjust your end stops to stop your material so that it is as exactly in the center as you can get it laterally, this direction. I use a piece of miter track, put over this bar, put the material against it, clamp it with your hands, move it into the bit, and you move it from left to right. Always the cut should be starting from the left and moving to the right. That makes the router bit force the material down onto the table, like this. To cut the other end, keep the same face of your material down on the table. And again, move your material to the left, plunge slightly, push it to the right. Bring it back, plunge slightly, push it to the right. You're done. Cut the mortises in the edge of your stretchers or rails. You need to make a T. You do not have to have these flip stops on it, but they're on there to help position the material so that it'll come out flush with your style, the end of your style. So you put the T now on this bar. Position your material same side. Always you put the same side down on the table. Butt it up to this stop. Clamp it with your hand and do your cuts. By the way, I say clamp it with your hand. If you'd rather use a clamp, if you feel more secure using a clamp, by all means use a clamp. Whether you do or whether you don't, keep your hands at a safe distance from the cutter. Anyway, so you put your material against the T and against the stop. Hold it against the T with your hand. Start from the left, plunge, move to the right. Start from the left, plunge, move to the right. Notice that one wasn't exactly centered this direction. Keep the same face down on the table. Move your material over. Flip this stop up and this stop down. Start from the left, plunge, move to the right, back, plunge, move to the right. And your style is cut. That's it. To help you set up this system to micro adjust your stops, I recommend you make yourself a gauge block on the table saw. It's easily cut and centered and adjusted so that your tenon stock fits. Then you can use it to set your triangle in T to your router bit. It's a good idea, and I like to put a mark on the back side of my material, so when I lay it down on the table and I see that mark, I know that the face side of the material is down on the table. I do that for both the rails and for the stiles. So let me put one of these together for you. Cut your tenon stock a little bit shorter than twice the depth of your mortise. And with all this micro adjustability, you can make these tenons as tight as you care to. Be aware that the glue may need some place to go when you force that tenon in there. So there is the tenon in the stile, and there's the joint put together. If you kept the same face always down on the table, you'll find that it comes out nice and flush. And those flip stops provided it to come out nice and flush on the end as well. I think that's it.